Okay, so welcome back to Sprague Homestead. So today I'm out doing chores, kind of getting the water ready to transition from a winter to a spring. You see we've got some snow behind us, but honestly, it's starting to warm up. It's supposed to be 60s in a couple weeks, so I don't think there's going to be much more snow, and it's going to start looking like spring before long. To transition our animals from more like winter to spring, summer, fall, the biggest difference between all that is changing how much water you give animals every day. Because in the winter, obviously it's going to freeze and they don't drink. So let me show you kind of how we deal with each of our animals on how much water they can consume every day and what kind of arrangement we deal with to optimize how much water they can have every day. So most of our big animals, what we tend to do is run just a big tank like this that's on the ground. Now this will hold 30 to 50 gallons of water, and really it's pretty easy just to check it once a day or twice a day. Fill as needed, but you're probably going to fill this maybe once a day, upwards of 3 days, depending on how much your animals are drinking and what kind of animals you do have. Now at the same token, on the same animals during the winter, I end up running these gallon buckets. Now these are mostly plastic is what I use, but you can also get rubber ones. Now these are great because you're going to fill these probably once to twice a day, but it's not a lot of water they're going to drink. They're not, I guess, drinking a lot to deal with heat. They're more or less drinking for digestion and just trying to stay warm a little bit. So these are great. You can take them out, flip them upside down, and then use like a piece of 2x6 to knock the ice out of them. Now I will say on these plastic and rubber ones, don't use a hammer, or be very cautious using a hammer, because the smaller diameter head typically will puncture through the plastic and then your bucket becomes useless. So these are pretty good. You can get them for a few bucks at your local co-op or farm supply store, but these are great. Just clip them to the fence and then your animals can have water most of the day. Now when you move from big livestock down to your chickens, turkeys, and birds and that, you really don't need the large volume of water either in summer or winter. So the chickens, what we've done over the last few years is we've started transitioning over to rubber bowls. Now these are great. You can run them all year long. They're a little more expensive on the front end, but they're very durable. You can run them all year long. And the great thing about winter is if they get ice in them, you can literally just flip them on the ground and stomp on them. That way you don't have to worry about trying to twist and break like the old ice cube trays and that. You can literally just step on them, knock the ice out of them, put them right back in, put in water, and you can check these, however many times a day. I usually just check it once a day. That's all you really need, even down into the negatives in temperature. The birds will drink when it's wet, and then you can break it out when it's not. Now, as you can see behind, our water birds, our ducks, and our geese also do have a kiddie pool. These are basically just bought from like Walmart or whatever else. But they're literally just held with water, and that way the birds can drink and swim in the warmer months. And in the winter, I just basically just let them freeze and clean them out in spring. But they also have the rubber buckets, the same as the chickens. So with that, I'll leave you with that piece of advice of kind of how we do watering from our animals from year-round as we transition from winter to summer. And that's it. So if you guys have any questions on any of that information, or if you'd like to know kind of where to buy some of the stuff, just let us know. Otherwise, see you next time from Sprague Homestead.